Hello everyone. Today we will learn a very interesting Vex and solver usage. Houdini solver is like very powerful. We can integrate top level stuff into a simulation. So we can use solver to do something over time. In our example, today we will learn how to delete all the grasses that this ball is like passing through. For example, so not just the points that the grass is like touching, but the entire grass. So this kind of concept is like useful in production a lot. We come across this kind of problems a lot. uh, so overall we will use solver to accumulate the points in the grass, and that the ball is like touching, and then delete the entire grass. We'll create a simple grass. We'll put a grid, and we'll actually copy some lines. We'll have like multiple points. We'll copy to the points in the grid, and we will change the origin like this, so they are facing upward. So we have like a bunch of grass here. We will reduce the, we can increase the length, and I'll create a sphere. It will be polygons. I'll just animate it manually. Like this. And we will set ID actually to the points, so that the entire grass, like each and every grass, will have the same ID. So this ID attribute will later use to like find the points with similar ID and delete them together. We'll put an attribute label I at ID equals I at 18. Then we'll create a group based on the object. The object will be our sphere. It will be a points group, and we'll call it inside. And yeah, bounding region, bounding object. So the group will be wherever this point passes through, this sphere passes through. Um, yeah. And now every frame we get a different set of points in the group, but we'll accumulate these points together using a solver. First we'll put an attribute triangle, and we'll set an attribute to it. Inside is equal to 1 only for the points in the group. I at inside equals 1. So we have a value of 1 for all the points that is like currently inside the group. We put a solver. Before that, we'll create an empty array. So this is the array that we will populate later with all the points inside the sphere. So we'll I bracket at, and we'll call the array inside PTS. Yeah, it's just an empty array, so we don't have to assign any value. Now we'll dive inside the solver. So if you know about solver, this is the previous frame's data. So whatever goes out from here will come in back here, and this is the current animation data, like the first input that we are giving. So what we have to do is we have to check each and every point if they are inside attribute value is 1. So we'll put an attribute triangle, and so we have to use for loop. to iterate through every point, I'll create a variable called I. I'll initiate as 0 and the I value should be less than n points until it reaches this n points. I'll keep on adding one value to it. Okay, so we are going to run this loop through every point. So the first thing we will do is check if this point has inside value 1 or not. If But the thing is, we cannot get the inside value from here because this is previous frame data. So we'll get it from the current animation data. If point 1 inside the point number will be I is equal to 1. So if it is 1, we will store the ID number of the point to a variable in current ID equals to 1. There is a bracket missing here. Yeah. So we have done the first step, check if the attribute value is like 1, and if it is 1, we have stored this id attribute to a variable. Then what we'll do is we'll check if there are like any other points here that has the not just the points inside the sphere but any other point that has the same id attribute as this one. Okay, so for that what we have to do is we have to run another for loop inside it. For int j is equal to 0, we'll initiate a different variable name this time. It should not be the same. J is like less than n points, j plus plus. So inside this loop we'll check if there are like any points here with the same id attribute. If point so current id is the id attribute that we already found out, the ids of the points that have the value of 1. So if any of these points also have the same id attribute as the one that we found out, we will add the point number of those points to the array that we created. Append the array that we created is I bracket at inside PTS, and the second one will be the value is J. Will come out, we'll see the geometric spreadsheet. We have to change this attribute wrangle from points to detail. We don't want it to be stored on every point. If you come to detail and we'll play, you can see that there are like multiple point numbers here. So these are the points that we have accumulated over time. So we have to like delete all these points with this point number to remove all the, but there is a problem here. Okay, so if you see, like we'll come to some frame, and if we inspect, there's going to be like multiple duplicate data. For example, if you take this 760 and search it here, see there are like multiple values we are storing because we are keep on adding the same point number again and again to the array. So we should find a way to avoid it. So there is a function called find. So what this find will do is it will check whether the given input values like there in the array already or not. We'll see what this. So I'll put attribute wrangle and I at something equals find. So the first one will be the array name inside PTS. and the second one will be value. Okay, the value will give something manually, like for example 760. So this value is like already there in the array. Then what is happening is, we'll run it on detail. It is creating a value of 0 now. So what it is doing is, it is giving us the index value of this point. Okay, this entry. For example, if you give 761, the index value is 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and it goes like that. But if you give like any value that is like not there in the array, for example, we'll give a like a random value, it gives a minus value. So it will give a value that is like less than 0 if the point number is like not there in the array already. So we will use this property to check if the point is like already there in the array or not. So instead of just appending, we'll check if find the array name I at so inside PTS, and the value will be j. If it is like less than 0, then we will append it. So that means the value is like not already there in the array. So we will just append it inside. I'm sorry, I left the brackets. Yeah. Now if we go to the geometry spreadsheet and come out, we'll inspect again. Now we don't have any duplicate values because we are adding the value to the array only if the value is like not already available in the array. So there is like only one instance of 760 here. So what we can do with this, all with these points, there is like sky is the limit to like with what we can do with these points. But I will show you how to like remove the points now. So we have an array of points. What we have to do right now is like we have to go through each and every uh, value in the array. So these are like point number values, right? And then we'll use the point number values to delete that point. We'll use for each for that. So we have to create a variable here also. We'll call it a. So this a will be replaced by each and every value in the array, the point numbers that we found out. The array name will be I at bracket at inside PTS. So we are going to run a loop on each and every of the value of the array. We'll use remove point function. And the first input is the geometry and the second input is the point number. Here the point number is a. And that's it. So you can see we are accumulating the points and then saving it in a array and then removing it. But we are not only just removing the points that is inside the sphere, that is like penetrating, but we are also removing all the other points that have the same ID attribute. You can use any other attribute like maybe class or any other attribute, but we need to have like a common attribute for each and every individual uh, object that is like penetrating or intersecting. So I hope you found this tutorial interesting, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you wish to download the zip file or just support me, please subscribe to my Patreon also. Thank you. See you all on next tutorial.